We have to get personal. Come closer, please. A little closer. I'm not gonna scare you, don't worry. Unless I just scare you in my face. I have officially lost over 100 pounds. Oh, do you see the double chin? Because I don't. I mean, that doesn't count. I had lost about 85 to 90 pounds. I gained probably 25 pounds and a little bit too fast. So what I did was I started the ketogenic diet. And I've lost on that alone about 35, 36 pounds. An overall weight loss of 104 pounds. I know a lot of you guys are also on the keto journey. Today I'm gonna make a low carb berry cake. This cake is going to be a vanilla base with berries added to it, and it does use coconut and almond flour. And I'm gonna show you guys a picture, which, oh gosh, I feel like I'm just letting it all hang out. I'm gonna show you guys a before picture, a couple of before pictures. I have a little butt chin that I didn't even know that I had. And honestly, I look about 6 years younger. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, press on the notification bell, and then we can get started. Here are all of my ingredients for my keto cake laid out. I have berries, which these are the only fruits that are actually allowed on the keto diet, but you do still have to be careful. I have butter, almond milk, erythritol, eggs, coconut flour, almond flour, vanilla extract, lemon extract, and baking powder. Check the description for all of the measurements. I'm gonna start off with my butter. This is what happens when you don't feel like getting a spatula. You're gonna wanna use grass-fed butter. This is actually the preferred butter when on keto. And this is erythritol. This is a very great sugar substitute. It is not man-made, it's actually natural. It's derived from corn. And being that it is derived from corn, you would think that it has carbs, but it has no carbs, and it does not spike your blood sugar levels, which is the most important thing here. The aftertaste is just a little bit minty, but I get over that very quickly. I'm gonna add 4 eggs to this, slowly, one at a time. Now, because there is no gluten in this cake, we are depending on the protein from the eggs to actually make this cake stable. Now, while we are doing a typical creaming method for this cake, which is just whipping up the butter, the sugar, the eggs, notice that it is kind of breaking like in front of your eyes. The erythritol is not going to act as sugar. I could care less as long as it tastes good and it comes out right. So I'm going to add in my almond flour and my coconut flour. Please check the description because all almond flours are not made equal. Lemon is also a fruit that we could have. And listen, I did scrape up that little bit of almond flour that fell on the table because this stuff is super expensive. And then my baking powder. Now you also have to be careful with the baking powder. Make sure that it is keto friendly and gluten free. Now we can add our almond milk. You can also use cream or half and half. Now while that's beating, which by the way, we don't have to worry about over mixing because there's no gluten. Hey. So I'm gonna add my berries. I just did about a half cup of berries. And I'm gonna mix it so that it really kind of beats up the berries so that I get a nice little color. Now, one thing about keto baking, it's like no matter what you're baking, it will stick to the pan. So make sure to line preferably a springform pan with some parchment paper, and I did spray it with non-stick spray just to be super safe. Now you're gonna want to do this twice. So this is a 2-layer cake. That is a 7-inch springform pan. You're gonna want to smooth the top. It bakes at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes, and when it comes out, it's pretty good. I said pretty good. Notice that, guys. Now moving on to the frosting. You guys, yes, on Amazon you can find whole grains of erythritol or powdered erythritol. However, if you have a blender, a good blender, you can make your own powdered erythritol or monk fruit or whatever you decide to use. I did about a cup of butter, which is like 2 sticks, and then about 2 to 3 ounces of cream cheese. and 3/4 cups of powdered erythritol, and then I just kind of played around with it. My cakes have completely cooled. Now they are kind of crummy, so I popped it in the freezer so that it'll be a little bit more stable and easy for me to decorate. After about 30 minutes or so, I filled the cake with the frosting and frosted it as well. Now notice the texture. This was kind of surprising. This was my first time making this frosting. It seems super grainy, and it also seems like it broke or separated. However, when I just smoothed it with the back of my offset spatula, it got so incredibly smooth it was unnatural. And I'm like, is it unnatural? Is that what's going on here? But I don't think so. It's just a cool situation. I welcome it because I was able to make this cake really smooth. We're gonna keep this simple. We're just gonna decorate it with the berries that are inside of the cake. I did add some strawberries. So I have blackberries and blueberries in the cake, and I added some strawberries to add a nice little pop of color. Basically like a berry wreath. That's what that's called right there, a berry wreath. Simple, not hard at all. I didn't want to add any dyes because, you know, this is about nature. This is about getting to know yourself, making yourself better, and we don't need dyes when we're doing that in our food. So this was such a delicious cake. It's crummy looking, however it is so moist. You could play around with this cake, play around with the extracts, but not too much because, you know, we're keeping it keto. So we don't have free reign. I loved it. It is so good. I will see you guys in the next video. Couture and a low carb berry cake. Bye guys. For more videos like this one, click on the like button so that I know that you really liked it, and also leave a comment. Hey, I've got some recipes up my sleeve. Just let me know if you're interested, and I have a lot of food recipes over on my OMG Foodie channel. Click right here to head over to that channel. I think you'll be quite pleased. There I made a fathead dough. I made a keto lasagna that was quite delicious. I will see you guys soon in the next video. Bye, Kidnesis.